since yesterday, since we last talked about Anchorage and the base were confirmed as the site. Caroline confirmed that the president's flying out Friday, so the summit won't start till the afternoon East Coast time. But perhaps most importantly, Caroline made clear the president's there to listen. He's not there to present a plan. He's doing a call at this hour, we're told, with the Europeans and Zelensky to run through the West's position. But it seems to me, Sean, more than even yesterday, that Putin could come in and spat a bunch of nonsense, and that could be it. This could be a very short meeting. So, based on the events since we met, are you? Let me ask it this way: do you think what's the best case for this meeting? Zelensky won't be there. Putin's presenting a plan. It seems improbable that he'll present a plan that the president would be for, let alone the Europeans and Zelensky. So, how do you see the best case of this summit at this point?
So I guess it depends on who you are, what that best case is. I think if I were Putin, I would come in and say, I've drafted this plan for you. I think it's good. It recognizes this and try to use it to get Trump to sign off on it. The lead up to this has been fascinating. JD in England over the weekend, but then this call this morning, the additional input that he's taking in. Look, Trump's the master, we've talked about this before, like producer. And so the question is all this pomp and circumstance to lead up to this? Because the Europeans are ecstatic that he's taking into their consideration other points. The best case scenario is that Trump comes out and says he presented a plan. I'm calling Zelensky and the Europeans. I don't think that MAGA wants that. I don't think that he wants that. I think he wants to listen to them, say that he got their input. Putin comes in, he hammers out a little bit of a deal and walks out and says, we nailed it. And I knew what the Europeans want. I knew what Zelensky could live with because I spoke to him, and I got a deal. And suddenly, because what they've done is everybody has shifted their expectations down to it's just going to be a photo op. And I think what Trump wants is, oh, yeah, you think it's a photo op? Watch this. So he's a master at playing everybody. And I just wonder if he is lowered expectations for a completely another reason, that he wants to come out with some sort of deal and say, see, I got it. So Dan, that's my take.
Dan, overnight being reported that Russia's on the offensive on the ground. Zelensky and his government seem pretty on edge about what the president might do, including as well as some of the Europeans. Do you share Sean's view that this could be a much more successful meeting than I feel it's going to be?
Yeah, I do. I agree somewhat with Sean. I think he's lowering expectations and trying not to box himself in because he always has to declare victory. Like, this was a great meeting and this is what I got. And so if the expectation was a peace deal, now you've set a really high bar. So I agree with Sean that I think he's trying to reset this so that if he comes out, he'll have something. He'll have a deliverable, as Bill Clinton's team used to always like to talk about. That's why I went, and this is what I got, and I'm the deal maker. I think the best case scenario actually is Putin announces a ceasefire for like a week or 72 hours, and Trump says it's a good start. He's willing to give up some stuff. He won't say what it is, and then he'll call Zelensky, call the Europeans, and see if he can say, look, guys, you're starting to lose more land and you don't have a lot of, leverage in this negotiation. I think Trump wants a deal. He wants a deal. He wants this over.
All I'll say again, and then we'll move on because we'll have 2 more days to talk about this, is I continue to worry about a ceasefire being violated and the West not knowing how to react to that. Okay, DC, overnight.
Wait, can you explain that? When you say you expect, like, is it that you mean that Putin would agree to thing and then violate it off the bat?
Yeah, correct.
But wouldn't that? But if he does that, I guess my question would be, okay, if we walk out Friday night and Putin says there's a 7-day ceasefire, and on day 3 he violates it.
Yeah,
I mean, to some extent, I say this not that I want any destruction or death, but I feel like the quicker he shows his cards, the easier this is.
No, but then the president's back to he's not going to fund the war effort. and he doesn't seem to want to put on sanctions. But then we're back to the Biden policy, which may be the right policy compared to a war if Putin won't agree to a settlement. I'm just saying, if you agree to ceasefire and then Putin violates it, it's as if nothing.
But I guess
happened.
my point is, I just don't have high expectations for Putin ever. I think he will violate whatever he says, and so the quicker he does it, the easier.
President's flying 5,000 miles to check it out, Dan.
I mean, I think the other option is the ceasefire starts Sunday, and Saturday night Putin unleashes, a massive barrage, and it keeps going past, a few hours, and Ukraine's like, well, now we got to respond.
All right, let me ask you one more question. As a percentage, 0 being it won't happen, 100 being 100%, what's the percentage chance that following the Trump-Putin meeting, there's a three-way meeting that includes Zelensky? What's the percentage chance that happens, Dan?
40%.
40%. Sean?
15.
Yeah, I'm with Sean, 15. Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.